Raise your hand once you download the dataset. Only 10 participants raised hand. So how about others? I think next week we don't have practical sessions, right? Did you remember that what is the code one and what is the text one? Cells. These are the cells we are using for running our codes. So in that case, you can mention like kind of instructions, those kind of things. You can use the text cells. Okay. As I mentioned, you can give as a comment. Likewise, did you remember those things? That's it. Okay, first I will teach you how to upload that one. It's easy way. You can follow some different ways to do that. First, this one you can click here. Okay, click here and then upload your dataset from here. See, then download your dataset and upload it here. Okay, then you can see your dataset is here. Okay, then try to do this one. First, I will mention that we have to import the libraries first. Import pandas as PD. See, those kind of things I may suggest to you easily. You can do. Then import the libraries and then try to do these two steps. This is how you load your data set in here. So we have uploaded our data set here, and then we are give this part. This you can give any name if you want to prefer some any name like a Titanic or any kind of name. You can mention it here. Okay. Then PD means pandas. We are using the pandas library, and pandas library they offered some kind of parts like if you want to read the data set, it's mentioned like one method, read CSV. Okay, if you have your data set like Excel file or any file, you have to use that different name. If you think about, you now you have a data set like an Excel sheet. Okay, then your code is going to write like pdf dot read c, not a CSV. It's must be Excel. Okay. See, you can see that that's those things, that's those file extensions is mentioned here. Okay. If you want to, if you have that data set like Excel sheet, then you have to give that name as a Excel. Okay. And now our data set is a CSV file. That's a comma separate file we have. So that's why we are using the CSV. So if you have Excel one, you can upload that as well. Okay. And you have to give your file name.
Excuse me, madam.
Correctly.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Madam, can you increase the size of the text font size?
Okay. Wait, I didn't see. And everyone can't see my font? Okay, try to do another step like show your data set. Can you see now? Someone asked that last week practical recordings. I don't know about the practical recordings. That's a practical one is did the Rashmi. Okay. Now you want to see your data set, right? Before going to that, you have to get some idea about your data set. Now we have uploaded our data sets. Okay. Now you have to see your data set. What kind of columns it's there? What kind of values included that every columns kind of things you have to get some idea. Then only you have to do your visualization part, right? So that scenario, we have to give another code. Someone tried that one. Now your data set name is Titanic DF. I don't know what you have to do. What you have gave you have to use that name. Okay. My name is Titanic DF. Then I want to show something like what kind of things included in my data set now. Then I am using this one head. Okay. If you want to give some show something like 10 rows or 20 rows or anything, you have to give inside this bracket. Okay. If you didn't give any values it here, then its default value is the 5 rows. Okay. We'll try that one. Okay. Now see, you can see only 5 rows you can see, right? If you want to get some more rows, then you have to give the values. I need 10, then I use 10 inside that. Then you can see you can get a 10 rows here. Okay. Try this one and then go through this data set. What kind of columns are there? What values are there? This data set describe what kind of things? Those kind of things. As you understand, give me some describe some those columns, like what kind of things it's mentioned here. Okay, these are the columns we have. Then its columns are describe those things. Survived mean, this is the Titanic dataset, right? That's Titanic dataset. They are doing some survey. You know about the survey. So then we think about they have some 700 plus like how can say that that's the passengers are there. Then that's passengers are survived or not values included this data set, right? Think about that survived column is mentioned that one person in there, that person has used he is survived or not. Or then what is the P class? P class means the ticket class, first, second, and third class. Okay, that's indicate the passenger survived one or did not survive the 0. Okay, that's if mentioned like survived columns like under the 0, then that 0 means that passenger is not survived. Okay, then second row, that's a passenger number 2. he or she, that's a, I think she is survived. Okay. Then you can get an idea like the ticket class, first, second, third. What is the class? What is the ticket class he or she used? Okay. Then his or she, that's a gender. Then what is the age? And this is a number of siblings or spouse about the Titanic. And the Pash means number of parents or children aboard the Titanic. Fare means amount paid of the ticket in British pounds. Okay. Then embark mean, what is the embark? Port of embarkations. This is this is the ports they are survived. Okay. If he not survived, that's his body also it's come to some port. No, then it has some different ports. Okay. It's like a C and Q is like categories, and the class is also same as that. What is the P class? It's here. You can see P class like a 3. Like this is the class also third. Okay, third class, first class. It's come up with this is the number value. This is the string value, right? That's a who or she, like us, same as a man and woman. Sex is also again is display. Adult male. What is the adult male? What is kind of things it's made? It's a male is adult or not. Okay, that's column is describe that one. Okay, what's the deck? Deck mean that's using the same thing like there's a different kind of floors. Like if it's a home, like it has some different floors. No, this is a deck also mentioned that one. Embark town means what is the town is using, like say in here it's a category, it's described as a town is what is the name of that one. Okay. Now we are going to do that survey. So now it's in here also mentioned that is alive or not, is still alive or not. Okay. And the alone means it's come to like some may have going with the alone and some may not have going to alone. It has some siblings or it's a spouse. It's there. It's in this one is column is mentioned as a false and true. It's only binary classification one. Okay, those things you have to get about idea about the Titanic dataset. If you need more things, you have to find out the Kaggle dataset and it's describe all the things in their dataset. Okay. This Titanic dataset also I am downloaded from that's a Kaggle dataset. You also can use any dataset going to Kaggle and then download it. Okay. Then you have to idea about what are the number values and what are the string values, those kind of things. Now, based on that, can you suggest me what kind of things you have to get from this data set? If that's we have to identify this is the survived data set, then earlier also we have to get some idea about if you are trying to go in some different name like any Titanic or any ship name, then you have to go that one. Then you have to give some idea about these kind of men's are getting survived or not. It's suddenly they got some accident. What kind of age limit they can survive? Okay, if we have some young peoples and the old peoples also they are in the Titanic, that's definitely that's a young peoples can more probability survived with that accident. Okay, that's all peoples can't do that. Then you can get you have to visualize those things. If the how many number of that's a what is the best value for survival is a gender wise, like it's a male or female. or what is the age limit most of the people are survived, what is the age limit for most of the people are not survived. Those information you have to got from there. Okay, so that's why you have to use those kind of graphs. Okay, now think about what kind of things you have to get from this data set, see in this data set. Then try to do this one. Okay, can you get how many number of rows we have in this data set? You need to get the first that idea, no? How you can get idea about that. If you use this describe one, okay, then that describe one get all the numerical values what we have, okay, in here. But you know that's a survived one describe we don't need. What are the columns we need to get the idea about? That's a mean and standard deviation and mean, those kind of things, that's values. Which columns do we need? Can you suggest me we have 3 classes, okay? Three classes, not 3 classes, 6 columns we have. In that columns, which are the more important to get some idea about using this describe method? It's a right one we don't need. We know that's only have it's a categorical ones come to that mention as a numerical one like a 0 and 1. So we don't need that one. What are the columns do we need to get this idea? P class do we need or don't? Last week we discussed about that what kind of scenarios we are using, mean and median, those things. Now this is the high level idea we want to get some from this data set. We are using the describe method. It's give all the numerical data that's the data columns, and it's give the mean and median and those things. But it's not a unnecessary things also there. What are the necessary things we need to get idea here?
ඒක සර්ච් කියන එකේ සර්ච් කරන්න ඕනේ ඒක නැත්නම් අර දාපු ලොකු ගණම වගේ පෙන්නන වගේ තියෙනවා ඩෑෂ්බෝඩ් එකේ. ඒවෙන් සර්ච් කරගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් කියලා යන්න ඕනේ අර එකම තියෙන මේ. ඒක පස්සේ ඒක ඔව් අපිට විදියට අපිට ඩේටා එන්ටර් කරන්න ඕනේ.
I think someone heard hearing some background noises. Can you unmute? Yes, age we can get. Other one? Fair, okay. Age and siblings also we can get. That's a different values come from that one. No? So actually that's a survived, and the P class is like a categorical ones. It's mentioned in that's a described with the numerical value. So actually those things we don't need. Okay, we need only what are the values we have to think about. Okay, that's age also we need to get some idea. Siblings also we can get an idea. This Apache is same as that's how to parents it's about in the Titanic, and that one and the fair. Okay, so those things we have to use. So that's why in using this describe, actually it's give them all the numerical values. But if you are the analyst to do that analysis, so that's why you have to clearly mention those things you are only using. Okay, others that no, we don't need those things. Okay, then can someone suggest me to like here that's using this data frame and then give some methods here. Okay, so now can someone suggest me how to get the how many number of rows we have? Find out and using ChatGPT or something. Can you write down that one? Get the number of columns we have. We have to get some idea about how many data are we using, right? So that's why get some idea. To get the idea, can someone get the idea about the how many columns we have? We know about that now. but we don't know about the how many rows we are using. How many rows mean how many passengers are here in data set. Can you get that one? Here also you can type it and get a value here. You want to generate and type it what you want to do, then it's can get. Shape, yeah. Titanic df dot we have to give some value, I think. Shape, like column. Which column are you using? That's you are. Did you get that one? Oh, I think length. Length is best one, I think. Yeah. Inside of length, you have to give the data frame name. We have 891 columns. Columns, not columns, rows. It means we have a that means df shape means that each column which row, number of how many number of rows we have. Okay. Yeah, you can rows, columns. Now we are talking about the overall data set now, so that's why I am using this length. Shape also you can use, but shape you can have to mention one column. It's you in here you can give the any column number inside. So actually, because that's all the data set, that's our CSV data set has a same number of columns are there. No? So that's why here you can see. Count mean also mention that one for us. Okay. But here each column only using for 714 one. Yeah, count also you have to mention which column are you using. Okay. I use this length because I want to talking about overall data set. That's why. Okay. Here you can see age has 714 count, but we have 891 rows. where are the other rows? What happened those things? Can you suggest me something? What happened here? This one also using 891. This also using all the things, but here age only using the 740. Why it's happened? Why it's happened? Yeah, we have the null values. Okay, so that's why we have to treat those things. As I mentioned, I mentioned that we have to use the if you have to we have two options. Okay, for to treat the null values. Like one is we can remove all the nulls. If you have the considerable null values, but we can't remove all the rows because that other columns that's a age is only null, but other columns values are there. So that's why if you are trying to remove those null values, it's significantly affect for other informations also. That's why if you have some considerable null values, we can't remove those things. Okay, we have to consider those things. But if you can't do anything with that null value, so we have to treat that null values. Okay, so that's why last week I mentioned we are using the mean or median and those values we are going to use. Okay, you can use mean for null values. Okay, if you can use the median or if you use the mod value, those values you can use as a fill in the null values. Okay, before going that, we have to get some idea about the null values. Okay, then try to get the null value for each column. How many number of null values are there in that each column? Can you get that one? We'll do the necessity after. Someone asked that's a 60. You want to go another row. This one. Can you mention which one you have got the error? Then I will send me the error. Then I will attend that one. Uh, 5 mean this one. You mean 5? Okay. What is the error did you get? Okay. Not only that columns, I need to get the idea of overall idea about the data set. So that's why I need to get all the columns null values. How many number of null values have each column? Okay. First, you know about how many columns you have. Okay. Then first type titanic.df dot columns. Then it shows all the columns you have. Think that survived P class. Those uh, values, that's those columns you have now. Okay. Then now you have to get the idea about each column is the numerical or categorical. So then you have to give that one Titanic m dot d types. It's a data types, right? It's here. You can see that the survived one is the actual. We know it's a categorical one, 0 and 1, but in the data set, it's identified as the integer. It's a pre-class also integer. That's all the integers values come to this described one. Okay, clear that one. See, so all the data set integer 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 5. This is the float. Float also, you know, that is a number. We use all the numericals values are to give the describe. Okay, describe method, under describe method. Okay, now you have these columns. Now I want to get each columns have how many number of null values. Okay, yeah. That's amazing. Send that one. Yeah, try that one on this also. Unique f dot is null means we have to get the null value, null count, and then get a summation about the sum. Now, what is the idea you have to get here? We have null count is age value is 177. Think about if we can't do some kind of analysis with the null count, are you going to remove those values, or you have to replace with some fair value with that age rows? What is your point? If we have 5 or 6 or below 10, we can remove. Okay, only 10 passengers now. But now we have age values are 177. Are we going to remove those things, or are we going to replace with some value? Last week I mentioned that one. If someone does a classroom activity one, classroom marks one, some other people come to my classroom and then ask, what is your classroom? That's a maths marks for students. Then I am going to give some mean value or median value. Okay. Then age also, we can get idea about using those other values, get a value about the mean or median for that age. Okay. Then we can replace with that some value with that or mean or median, or are we going to remove that values? Replace, because we have a significant amount of null values. So we can't remove all the values because we only have 891 participants, but we have to get some good analysis. We have some more data. So if you remove some values with that null count, then it's not fair because that's come to the 600 or 700 values. Okay. So that's why we have to replace. So that scenario now, that's a statistical approach we have to use. Okay. Now you forgot about those things. Okay. Okay. Now you have to get the idea about what are the null values we have. Okay. Then what kind of information we can get from there now? Earlier I mentioned that you had to get some idea about getting some graph. Okay, that's graph is got in the skewed or right skewed or left skewed. Then you have to go in with some approach. Other than that, it's not going to like right skew or left skewed. You have to remove. You can use some value. Okay, so that scenario you have to get some graph or charts. Okay, can get some bar graph for each column. Can you get that one? Okay, before going that age one, can you get a bar graph for two categories like survived or survived not one? Can you get that one? You can get the idea about this. We have 891 passengers in our data set. In that passengers, how many numbers are going to get survived, and how many number of passengers are not survived? Can you get the idea about that using the graph? Which graph are you following to get? Okay, I will give the first example. Okay, you, as I believe you remember, we have libraries to use to get in that graph. Okay, Matplotlib and Seaboard. For pandas also give some basic graph for us. Okay, first we have to get from using the pandas one. Okay, first you have to get think about survived one. Okay, survived column you have to get the idea. So that's a scenario. That's Titanic data set. Titanic data frame we are using. Now you have to get the idea about how many values are there. Okay, you know that's survived. Survived count. Our name was a simple survived, right? Okay, you can see that's a 0 mean not survived, 1 is survived. We have most of them are, that's our data set has not survived one. You can get an idea. Okay, then you have to graph this one. Okay, someone easily, that's the first impressions, that's the numbers are not get a more value, more insight for us. So that's why we have to get some visualization for this one. Okay, then how you can graph this one? Get 0 as this number of this bar is going to 549 and 1 is going to 342. You can get a bar chart for this one. Okay, how you can get that one? Okay, without using any libraries like Matplotlib or Seaborn, I will give how to do that one. I mentioned this one. I assign in that's value counts. That's like, that's we have to get the dictionary like for 0 is 549, 1 for 342. The survive count assign those values from this one. Okay. Any doubts about this until now? Any unclear part until now? What I'm going to do? Now I want to draw some bar chart for this information. So that scenario, that bar chart is not going to assign with value using this one, like 0 for this, 1 for this value. So that's why I am only giving like only one variable for that bar chart. That one variable is included with the 0 for 449, 1 for 342. Then you have to assign that one variable for that bar chart. Okay. Any questions? No. Oh, okay. Now, survived. I want to draw a graph for that. Now, survived count. Now, my variable I assign as a spot. One is give for like that's a pandas library. That's a default one. I am not using any Seaborn or Matplotlib here. See, if I using Matplotlib, I need to use the PLT, or if I want to use the Seaborn, I am using SNS. Without using any of these, I am using only that's a default graph for that's a pandas data frame provider. So this one tab bar, I will give some bars values like alpha equal 0.5. This is the width of the bars I am using. Okay, now I want to mention what is the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, now only using that one. Now I am using that these things, float and SNS. This only give like basic one, but you have to mention which column, which axis are you using for passenger count, and which axis you are going to in the survived count. That scenario we have to use PLT. That's a matplotlib. Other than that, we can't do things using only pandas data frame. That's the need for our libraries like SNS, like Seaborn and the Matplotlib. Here I am using Matplotlib as a PLT dot giving X label as give any name you want. Okay, I am giving like survived or not one here. Survived. Okay, this is the X label. PLT. I'm here giving the passenger count. Then you have to use plt.show to show your graph. Okay, now you can see 0 and 1 and other counts is showing here, and two categories are showing here. It's I am give that name is a survived or not. Passenger count is this one. My graph order, that's a title is the survived or not graph. So chart. Okay. These are the uses of Matplotlib library. Can you get this one and try it other any other graph also? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, after getting this one, okay, try it this one. You have to get passenger count by class. Okay, after you got this one, try this to get the passenger count by class. You know that's we have the first class and second class and third class. Then get how many number of passengers are in the each class with this graph using this bar chart. First, you have to get the assign some variable with that passengers by class. Then using that variable, you have to give that as the bar chart, and using the mentioning the PLT as using the Matplotlib library, you have to use the X label and Y label and show your chart. We are using the alpha equals 0.5. As I mentioned, that's you want to give some width for every bar, then you can give some value for that one. Okay, try it without that alpha also. Default value means, I think default value is alpha 0.5. This using, that's a color also change in that without using that. Default with some transparency, we are using the alpha. How did you get that one? This one? Okay, using this one, survived, not survived. Survived class. Survived, not survived. P class, value counts. X label, we have to give the library line. Here you can see this passenger class defined as a descending order, right? Not a ascending order. And also we want to get idea about how many number of are in 1, 2, and 3 likewise, right? So how did you get that ordered way? Here you can give like one method dot sort index. Index again sort karanna. You can use this method. Sort survive class. Yes, we have to do that. Okay, now you can see 1, 2, 3 is come up with some order. Okay, now you can get an idea. Now you have idea about how to describe and getting some basic graph from there. Then can someone suggest me to do any other things like how to get a count from each categories? Which one for this? Which color? You can do the same thing as age column also, right? Not age. We can use for gender column also. Can you try that one? How many genders are? Which gender is mostly participate for that trip and as passengers? Here you can give like kind means which plot you are using and so many parameters we can use for here. Okay, which you have to go at Gottlieb library. Here, this is the documentation for that one. Okay, then you can get a user guide. There's a tutorial. So many things you can follow here. We can set some plot. Plot directive. See, you can see so many examples and so many idea about getting those things. You can follow these libraries documentation and then get an idea. See, that's a target and the height, width, scale and align. That's a which class. Those parameters you can use inside of that plot method. Okay. There's so many things you have. If you need to go further study, you can use this one also. Okay. Okay, now if you get that one for that's gender wise, then can you suggest me now I need to get some idea about age. Okay, then which graph you have you need to use? Now I need to get some idea about the age. Age has the different categories. No, we don't have any categories. So if I explain about what is the bar chart and the histogram differences also, and now can you suggest me get a age information using the graph? Which graph are you going to use? So bar chart is good for that one. Bar chart, which graph you are preferring to get the age information? I am using the histogram, okay, for age column. Okay, what is the different? Do you remember that one? What is the different about the histogram and the bar chart? Okay, please refer the notes and get an idea. I'm not going to do that one. Here, I am using the Seaborn library because histogram only if you want to only use the histogram, you can use the matplotlib. But I need to get some line chart inside of the histogram. So that's why I am using the Seaborn library. I earlier mentioned that some other graph are introduced the matplotlib. This is the parent one. That's a parent one inside of the Seaborn. It gives some nicely things for us. Okay. Here SNS, I using the Seaborn as my method name is a simple name as SNS. SNS histogram, the histoplot I'm using. This also suggest me like that. Okay, Titanic data frame, I'm using the age. Here, that's a matplotlib also. We can use the title. Inside of title, you don't give separate age distribution. VS dot, you have to give the column name inside of this brackets. Age. KDE. Okay. Here, this is the, what is the KDE? I'm using here. Try it without KDE and with KDE. This one. What is the parameter I am using here? Here is the KDE. What is the use of this one? A smooth line, if you want to get a smooth line like this one, you have to give that one as a true. Okay. Here, without that one, you have to get only that histogram plot. Okay. If you want to get some idea about, as I mentioned, that is a skewed one or it's not a skewed one, you have to get the smooth line. Okay. That is smooth line. We have as mentioned that the KDE as a KDE for that seaborne library. There's a density function, the density line we are mentioning for that. Okay. If you give as a true, then it's come to that smooth line, density line. Okay. Getting this information, this one is a skewed one or right skewed one or left skewed one or no, not a skewed one. You can see that's a most of the children are coming with that parents, right? You can get idea from here because 0 to 10 age limit. We can get some idea about the significant number of passengers are here. Okay, then you can see that after 16 age limit is started is 16 and the 14 is the most of them are passengers are in the 16 to 40 age limit. Okay, then your smooth line, that's a distribution line, is it's come to like a left one or right one. So all peoples are not much, not a considerable amount, right? not that much considerable amount. So that's why you can get an idea about using this distribution line. Is the left is skewed one, right? Okay. Then using those method using you can get different kind of graph. Okay, we'll let's see how to compare some graph with left hand side, those kind of things. Now it's 11. So you can get a 15 minutes break and come to join the next class. Okay.